Hello, how are you? I'm gonna share this on TikTok later. I am drinking what I call my Orbeez drink today because boba looks like Orbeez to me. I was looking for my other phone so we could go live, and I'm like, what the heck did I do with it? That's the thing I tell myself every day. What the heck did you do with it, girlfriend? Alright, let's share some hacks today. I also got something new. I mean, I obviously don't want to see me eat it, do you? But I'm just gonna show you. I got the Big Mac. This one doesn't come with onions. It does come with some cheese. I'm honestly surprised they don't put cheese on the second layer because that's what they do on the Big Mac, I think. It doesn't have a lot of lettuce either, but the chicken looks good. I hear it's like one big chicken nugget, and I do a little hack. Alright, I wanted to put mustard, but I really think I'd rather do the buffalo sauce that comes for the chicken nuggets because your girl likes a little spice in her life. So let's try it. Interesting. With the sauce, definitely fire. I'm glad I brought napkin. Messy mom, don't care. Alright. Yeah, I got it way more. Way more on my shirt than I meant to. So let's go ahead and get ready. Let me go ahead and notify my chat group. Chat groups are announcements only. Not spammy. You don't get a bunch of, oh, who is this? Where am I? What chat room is this? You don't get that. Not allowed. You see how clear my skin is? It's trying to break out from my hormones, but it's not actually that bad. So I really think that me doing the vitamin C is helping a lot. So one of the most important things you need to remember with self-care and skincare. Okay. When you're doing self-care, it doesn't need to be expensive. When you're doing self-care, it doesn't need to be a huge amount of things. Just little things at a time to take care of yourself, okay? Same thing with skincare. Doesn't have to be expensive. Doesn't have to be a lot. So don't spend a lot on skincare. Find the right ingredients. Make sure you're looking for pure ingredients. That on the back, it will list usually the ingredients, and it will tell you the first couple of ingredients what's the most concentrated. A lot of drugstore items will have similar ingredients, but they won't be highly concentrated, so you won't see much results, and it would be even super longer than what it would with a high concentration. So let's go into that in a minute, but that's what I have to say about skincare. This, fire. I think you can get this till midnight. So if you like mukbang channels, stick in for the long haul. We're having lunch, dinner here because I'm thawing out the next like 5 meals for the rest of the week, kind of my meal prep, my Sunday meal prep, but on a Friday. I mean Thursday. Yeah, it is Thursday, right? I got my dates all mixed up. So we're thawing out our steaks, chicken for some recipes. What else are we doing? Something with hamburger meat. And I feel like there is something else and I just can't think of what it is. So anyway, let's show this concealer hack. We're going to do a really pretty mom look. I'm going to try this out tomorrow. I finally got in my cordless hair trimmer. This is supposed to trim your split ends. We're going to talk about something exciting that's coming up this next month. So if you're not in that chat group to get notifications when I go live, because I won't always be on Facebook, and you'll want to know where I'm at and what the specials are, because I don't always notify on Facebook because Facebook censors, okay? I'm thankful for Facebook, but it censors, okay? So if you get a little tired of Facebook too, you can join me on some other channels. I have a newsletter that I often come out with. It'll give you updates. I have some new updates coming with my website that will give everyone discounts and updates as they are customers. You'll be getting promos. I also have coming up in November my it's called Black Friday special. It'll be over several days worth of Black Friday specials, limited time items that you won't normally get, new items, and just all kinds of deals. All kinds of steals, deals, and giveaways. Tomorrow, we're announcing 2 winners. I have 1 winner that has won for sharing, like #1 sharer, and she has to get something for being such an amazing sharer. And then I have 1 more person that we're going to give away. So make sure you're sharing. Make sure you're tagging friends if you think that they would like this content. Make sure that you're plugging away and just interacting and have fun, because this is what we're here. We're here to be social. And make sure that you're answering questions when I ask you, like, what do you like? That kind of stuff. Otherwise, you're just going to get something weird. Alright. Oh, this comes in pink. How cute. Alright. We got this split end trimmer we're going to try tomorrow on live. So make sure that you look for my notifications. Notifications will come 5 minutes before on Facebook Live in the comments, but a lot of people don't get those, so make sure you're in my text line. If you're not in my text line, say text. You will not get other people's texts. You will just get updates from me. It's an announcement line. You'll also get a devotion line coming up. If you're interested in the devotion line, make sure you say devotion, and that will be coming this week. We have a new newsletter coming out this week, and then in December, November to December, I'll be announcing the exact date that our advent calendar comes out. It will be several days of goodies. It will be a whole box of an advent calendar, and as you open up each day, you get goodies. Okay, it was like, kind of think of like when I was with Unique. If you didn't follow me back then, in the past, Unique did a really cool advent calendar. Oh my god, I cannot keep myself clean. We're gonna look speckled for real today. Do you guys see this? I need a bib. If you want to send a bib to me, you can ask for my address and send me one. But seriously, the advent calendar was amazing. I only expect even better from pharmacy. When I was looking for pharmacy, I was looking for certain things, not even pharmacy, but when I was looking to switch companies, or honestly not even knowing I was going to switch, knowing what was going to fit in my vision, I was checking off several boxes, okay? Like, had to help out other women, specifically ones going through the same things as I, which is busy, maybe have a certain budget, limited budget, wants affordable yet high quality. Like, you don't want to skimp on the quality, okay? And also wanting a community with faith-based values, to teach you things so you can learn new skills, to have fun, and to lift each other up. Those are the things that were the most important to me. And when I first saw pharmacy, I didn't see that checking off the boxes. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, when I was in my other company, I kind of heard down the grapevine that pharmacy was cheap and like just not high quality. And so that's why, you know, we shouldn't go for that. And had I known in the past it was just some propaganda from some leaders, not even pharmacy, not even necessarily Unique, the company itself, but just random leaders who were kind of just looking down on them. Had I had known that, I would have actually probably given them a chance a lot earlier, but I was just kind of in that mindset, like, oh, it's cheap, and I had no idea. So be careful when you have assumptions over something and you haven't ever tried it yet, because you might actually be proven wrong. And so that was just something that I learned. Okay, now we're going to dive into a tip that I absolutely love. Okay, so we added some of this vitamin C. We're just continuing to use that to clean and brighten the skin. As it brightens the skin, it actually helps with preventing acne, because it helps to remove the bacteria and the extra clogged issues that happens when the pimple formation, the pimple process, cell formation, the pimple formation process, there we go, begins. Because what happens is we have kind of a divot in our skin that's like a pore. You have nothing in it, and then oil begins, the sebum begins to fill up a little bit in there, which is normal, and then you begin to get the skin that begins to dry skin and things that are starting to want to shed, but they haven't shed yet through exfoliation and skin cell turnover, which is, this accelerates. That stays in there, and so then the oil gets trapped. It produces more because of the dry skin that's clogging it. The bacteria is mixed in with it. It creates a cocktail of inflammation, which then creates the bump of a pimple. So what this helps do is to speed up the what's it called? The exfoliation, the skin turnover rate. That's the word. No bueno on remembering words today. So come and say hi. Drop me some hearts. I'm going to go real quick and notify my text line. They're always getting notifications, sometimes even when other people don't. That's one of the benefits. And then I also do giveaways. I will be doing a giveaway tomorrow in my text line, just for my text line, for being a part of my community and participating. So if you're not in there, make sure you say text so you can get the update. All right, for those who still hung out with me, thank you for being patient. I just had to notify them real quick so that they jump on. If you want a link to share, and anytime someone buys or you buy from it, you get $10. They get $10. That's my referral program. Let's get started. Let's get ready to rumble. Okay. So we tried the Big Mac fun stuff. I'll show you guys the process of that as we eat away on that. For those who don't like to see people eating, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's me. But what we're going to do is first we want to work on having a very smooth base. One that kind of fills in our large pores. Biggest areas I have for large pores are right here, kind of near the eyes. Trending currently right now, that has changed for this year with concealers, is the way that it is applied. When you're over 30, you have to especially be careful how it is up under your eyes if you use concealer, because we don't want it to settle there. And there has been so many different ways that people have tried to use concealer, and I would say that the consensus is different for each person on how they feel like it looks under their eyes, because number one, our skin's different. Number two, our elasticity is different based on how we do our skincare, our DNA, all that kind of good stuff. And so you want to try what works for you. Okay? Ew, I just spit something out. That's what's gross. That's what's gross, friends. First, before I put on the makeup, the reason why I do, personally, for my opinion, because I've had some people ask me, like, why do you use the glowy primer over just the regular silky primer? Okay, I'll go ahead and give you this. First of all, yours won't look this gross. I just put this where there's a lot of sharp items. Why did my TV just come on when I had it on pause? Where's my remote? Isn't that creepy? It just turned on by itself. I think it was just like a timer type thing. Have y'all seen Wild Robot? It's so cute. Where is my remote? What in the heck? Okay, hold on, I found it. We're going to listen to some non-copyright music because I don't want to get banned by Facebook. Hopefully ads don't come on. Crows. It's got to be tied. So anyways, I put this in with a lot of sharp items. That's why it looks like this. But if you have more mature skin, maybe you don't have as oily skin, maybe you don't care if your skin has some glow to it, then by all means, use the regular just VFX Blur Primer. What's amazing for this, especially if you take fall pictures, this is not going to have a shine or a reflection to it. So it's not going to pop and look too highlighty when you get flash photography taken. So amazing. A lot of my customers that have maturing skin love the feel of this because it feels super silky. Okay, so I do keep it because there will be times I feel like wearing that. However, a lot of times I just like using the glowy one because I really like, with my skin, it looks super, in my opinion, dull. It looks super dull, especially since I'm dealing with, you know, acne breakouts. I'm working on a little bit of a diet change that I found that may work with that for hormones, including incorporating more berries for antioxidants. Trying to be careful with the chocolates and when I eat them, as well as adding nuts and things like that. All right, but my go-to is the VFX Pro Illuminating Primer. I feel like it's great if you do have a more combination skin, and I just think it looks amazing when it's combined with the CC cream. If you have a more tinted moisturizer, a more lightweight moisturizer, a more hydrating moisturizer, it's like the chef's kiss. And honest to goodness, you haven't seen me really use BB cream in a lot because CC cream is kind of my go-to on most days. CC cream is going to be the thing that's for color correcting. BB cream is just mostly for hydration. So I kind of think I get the best of both worlds with the CC cream because it still has the hydration, but it also has the medium to full coverage. It still has the matte finish for being so hydrating, and it will color correct that redness. So these are my favorite when we combine these together. All right, while I'm doing that, I like to take my, this is called the Instant Age Reverses Perfecting Cream. Just think Instant Perfecting Cream. Oh my gosh, I'll spray it on my finger. If you have forehead lines, laugh lines, crow's feet, and you just kind of want your skin to look a little more firmer and not look like all your makeup is settling into those areas, I kind of just apply that right to those areas that I would want it the most. So under my eyes, especially if I'm going to put concealer on, because maybe I have dirt. Maybe I have dark circles. Spit it out. But I love using my hands. I will say I found a little gadget that caught my attention, like a shiny object with a crow. And it is this applicator that's supposed to be like your fingers. So if you don't want to apply your fingers, even if you do your best to keep them clean, but you just don't like the idea of applying your fingers to your face, this is a tool that has the same effect. And we're going to try it out soon. So when it comes in, I will do a little product review on that, because you know your girl loves giving you the newest beauty hauls. I didn't even know anybody was on here, honest to God. So thank you for sharing some love and saying hi. I think Facebook is, say hi if you're on and let me know if the comments are broken, because I cannot see. It shows me nobody's on, nobody's talking, but I know somebody is. Hold on, I'm gonna try to see if I can reset. All right, maybe, just maybe that did the trick. I don't know. Maybe that did the trick. I'm not going to eat anything again yet until I put this foundation on, because I don't want to use my hands and be eating at the same time. I know that's gross. So I do have some, manners. I think that did it. Hey, Ricky, I think that did it, because now I can see people coming on. So I'm sorry if I was being rude and I wasn't commenting. It's just I couldn't see comments on there. All right, so next thing I do, this is going to be depending on your preference, but I've been doing this a lot lately. Number one, I'm going to be giving out samples in my vendor event of this Age Reverses Instant Perfecting Cream. If you want to be also before then a product sampler and want to try this out and are willing to share a picture, I will have a little goodie for you for doing that. But it comes with so many, and that's why I love this. And I'm impatient, so I like to see results. So yeah. All right. So next, what I'm going to do is find what I was going to tell you. And that is my cream blush. I know you're here. Let's just see if I'm overlooking you. There we are. I love this stuff. The cream blush, the cream bronzer, and the cream highlighter. Like, I'll probably use this as long as it's forever in stock. I'm just saying. So I'm going to use these, but first things first, I want to show you what I do to make this a little bit more full coverage if you like full coverage. If you like this finish, that's great, but your girl likes to do a little above and beyond. So we're going to go ahead and just set this real quick on our chin area because that's where we touch a lot. That's where bacteria gets a lot of collection down there. That's where the hormone breakouts come from. If you especially get it on the chin, that's how you know. If you're getting it more along the hairline, it's most likely from your scalp products on there, things like that. If you are getting it around the cheek areas, it's most likely something that has bacteria, like your pillowcase, your phone, something like that. Dirty makeup, brushes. If you get it on the forehead, that's natural, oily skin type breakouts. So always do a face mapping of your acne so that you know what is happening. If you don't know, reach out to me and I'll give you some tips. Okay, so that just made it a little more even. That's why I absolutely love this. Now let's get on to the concealer. This is what we've been waiting for, right? All right. I gotta order some more. I am going to make a bulk order tomorrow, Friday. Freebie Friday is when I do it. Freaky Friday also, as well as I do my VIP order list there. And bulk order means you get free shipping because you're hopping on my order. I'm ordering for whoever needs it. They get the free shipping benefits. You get the idea. I gotta clean out my drawer so badly because honest to God, like I just have so much going on in different places that it's kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean? Can we get an amen? All right. So I want to say this one's actually a shade darker. You could use one shade lighter and one shade darker to get the perfect shade for what you currently have. Or you could just get a shade lighter. But this is kind of the concealer hack, if you will, okay? So you're going to kind of do it like you would start off a triangle like everybody's told you. Again, this is kind of darker. So I just do that because I don't like highlighting the under eye. I don't want to bring extra attention to it. Got me? Then you're going to kind of create one little vertical line right here. Not quite right up in the crease, but kind of right below it. And then you're going to create one kind of right here up at an angle. That would sort of be the area that we would use for cleanup when we put on eyeshadow. Okay? Next, what you're going to do is, there's different ways to do this, but I've seen the whole typical blending with your fingers, blending with that tool I told you we're going to be using soon, or using a brush. So, I'm going to use a little concealer brush first. Which one you get is really just up to you, what you like. But we're just going to just take it very lightly, go downwards. We're not going upwards into the crease because that's what causes the creasing, especially if you're over 30. Okay, so as you can tell, this is just really kind of blending into the skin, not creating the extra highlight because we don't want to like spotlight that area, right? We just want to hide the shadows. I have some kind of ads on. I've been watching Smile. If anybody has seen that, I have not seen Smile 2. That's the one that just came out. But the first one in 2022 is on Hulu, and I've been watching it. It's kind of freaky. My son's like, I saw the trailer for that, and I do not want to see it. I said, well, don't come popping up in here when you see me watch this because you're not gonna want to see that. All right, so now, as you can tell, like we've kind of blended it out. The key after this is two different things, okay? So you're going to take your powder. Your preference of powder is going to be up to you, but I do suggest using a loose powder. Loose powders are great. because they're not going to be as thick as a compressed powder. All right, you're going to get a clean, brush. It doesn't matter what kind. And you're just going to take that powder and just kind of lightly put that over that area. It's going to look light at first, but that's just the formula. Once you pat it down, of course, it just blends right in. Finely milled does the job. Okay, already I'm liking the way this looks, but we have one more step, and if you miss the other steps, don't worry. I'm going to create a quick reel if you're impatient and you just like to see fast ones. I do want to get a comment from my audience though. I don't care if you've only watched one time. I don't care if you watch often. I don't care. I just want to know your honest to goodness opinion. Do you prefer to watch lives like this, or do you prefer quick reels, like just videos? What do you think is the best choice for that? Do you feel like lives are just old school now and they're not, like, we should do away with them? Or do you think that we should do reels? I just want to know down below. I would just be curious to see what your opinion is and see if Facebook's changing. That's why I have been doing some of the other places, because honest to goodness, like, I don't know why, but Facebook gets more crickets here, whereas the other places are like popping, like crazy popping. Like, I thought there was something wrong with me at first, and I found out, I was like, no, it's just Facebook. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, now we're going to take our setting spray. Some people like to spray the brush. I feel like I personally just like to spray it directly on my face because it's not all just absorbing on the brush. Hold it back at least 10 to 12 inches. Spray your whole face because really, we're setting the whole face. This music's kind of a little discordant. Sounds creepy a little. No. Alright, then, again, another clean brush. And all you're going to do is literally just pat that. Something about helping to really set it and press it in instead of swiping against the grain helps to kind of reduce that creasing, crepey look. Now keep in mind, I do have texture. I'm still going to have some wrinkles and crinkles. I don't have Botox. I don't have filters, okay? This is how my skin looks, unless I put more coverage and things of that nature, or use different lighting. So don't let people make you think that you're never going to see hair, shadows, pores, all that kind of stuff, but you can reduce them, okay? You can definitely reduce them, but you're never going to make your skin 1000% disappear with pores and things like that. But I do have good tips on how to help reduce, just not disappear, okay? We want to be real about what we're doing and not scammy. I don't like scammy. I've been on a big soapbox about lately because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the content I'm following and it's popping up in my reels and my algorithm, but I'm seeing so many people like outright lie to the face of people to try to get people to buy their stuff, and I'm like, no ma'am. Like, if people don't want to buy my stuff, they're just not going to buy my stuff, but I'm not going to sit there and become a different person so that somebody will buy my stuff. Have I changed and evolved through this business? Absolutely. And I hope I continue to do that. But will I hope not. I hope to God not. Not as long as I keep my prayer life and I pray that God's watching over me and God is the head of this business. But will I try to change and be a fake or false person to who I am in order to do this business? And a lot of people, no, that is not my intention. And if I ever do, I pray that God will shut the business down, because like that will never be. It's on the top of my agenda. That's not what I'm here for. There's plenty of those people out there. If people want that, I'm just not into that. You know what I'm saying? Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because I always forget what time of the day it is. My husband's so sweet. I have to give a shout out to good spouses out there, because, you know, we all fight and want to get pissed off at them from time to time, but he has been so supportive. He knew that my hormones have been out of whack a little bit this week, and so he has been really like supportive probably even more than I would be. I'm sure he would be. Hey, Michelle. And he has been like, do you need any help with anything? Can I help with anything? Oh my gosh, thank you. I said no, but call me out if I'm being a butthole, because I really don't want to be one right now. I feel the fluctuation of the hormones. You know, if you know what I mean, it's that time coming. And he has been so sweet. He went to go get my medicine. We went to the doctor today, and I went just because I told them, I said, I got really sick the beginning of this month when I came back from Las Vegas. I said, we got some kind of bad cold that got passed on to us from being around a lot of people. I'm not saying it's COVID, but that's what it felt like, just a low version of it. And I recovered pretty well from it. It wasn't absolutely awful, but it did take me down for a while. And then what happens is when it's this time of the year, it inflames my bronchial passages, and I have asthma. So mostly seasonal asthma, because I don't normally get too sick during the rest of the year. But I always used to have like bronchitis and just a repeated like horrible month-long to 2 months long cold. And I didn't realize at that time it was because my asthma had caused me to have such dry cough that my passages were getting inflamed. And, you know, I knew how to get rid of the mucus, but I didn't know how to heal the things that had gotten inflamed. And so they told me today, they're like, we're going to get you some steroids, you know, give you the shot in the booty kind of thing. They said we're also going to give you a nose spray, which we do have some, but they're going to give me another one. She recommended that we get just regular, generic, what's it called, Mucinex, in case anybody's dealing with the same issues. And then she recommended to me, she said, you're going to keep your albuterol inhaler. She said, but since you have seasonal asthma, she said, there's this new thing through GINA, which is some kind of GINA, like some kind of medical, like, practice procedures or rules that they recommend as a safer way for people who have asthma to every day avoid just huge inflammation in their chest, is to get ICSs, which is cortisol mixed in with their inhaler, and it's supposed to have really good effects for people who get aggravated like I do. So she said you need to message your doctor and talk to them about it and see if that's something that they would like to do. And if they agree, then you can get on that and take that with your regular inhaler. So the regular inhaler, the albuterol, would be when I have an asthma attack. Okay, because I had like a horrible one last night. Like, it was so bad, I didn't think I could breathe, and I got really dizzy. And I was having a bronchial spasm so bad that, like, I was trying to throw up almost, but, sorry for the words, but, you know, retch. Nothing, of course, would come out, but, like, it would seize up my chest. And I just felt so sick, and my head was hurting and throbbing, and my husband's like, are you going to be okay? And I was like, yeah, if I could just, I said, I'm going to have to sit up. I was like, I'm going to have to do some breathing exercises. When we get attacks like that, one of the things you have to do is you take 2 puffs of your inhaler, and then after you take those 2 puffs, based on how your fit is still happening, you would then take a puff every minute to 2 minutes, up to 10 puffs. After 10 puffs, if you are still having a horrible attack, you have to go to the emergency room. I gotten pretty dang close, and I was practicing breathing exercises. For anybody who hasn't tried that, it's breathing in through your nose with your mouth closed, pursing your lips, and slowly, for a very long extended time, breathing outwards. It teaches you to kind of control that hyperventilation that's happening. And I learned a lot also through, I know this sounds crazy, but pelvic therapy. They taught you how to breathe a certain way. So if anybody ever wants some suggestions, and maybe you think you have asthma and you never had it, I went 30 something years without realizing I had asthma, and I just thought I got sick all the time, and I didn't realize it's from secondhand smoke. I do not blame my parents. They couldn't have known that. It's just something that I was susceptible to. You remind me I need to take this. But what is so amazing about this is it helps to calm that attack down, and then a couple hours from then I feel like I have a more productive cough. It just doesn't feel so wet and heavy on my chest. Anyway, he just came back and he's bringing my medicine in for me. He's so sweet. I love my husband. Shout out to wonderful husbands. All right, so now y'all can tell me if you think that you would try this concealer, what you think about it. Hello, Moto. And one thing I absolutely love, and some people would probably suggest not to do it, so you have to do it based on your preference or if you think it would work. Okay, do you hear what I'm saying? But I get a flat brush. I use this stuff. It's just eyeshadow primer from pharmacy. That's all it is. It's not nothing fancy called. It helps, and they usually say don't put eye primer on anywhere else but your eyes because it is a different kind of primer. Yes, I agree. But if you like the way that it looks the rest of the day, try it. I use this to kind of work on extra darkening, and at first, you know, just like they say, it looks awful, but you have to blend it, and I use spray for that. Then I put it on top of my eye, and it just helps with discoloration. Okay, next, we look horrible. I use my spray. I love this glycolic spray that I use with my toners and my setting spray because it works as a setting spray, but it also works as extra hydration with rose water. We haven't had a product with rose water yet from pharmacy, and I love that about Unique because, you know, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Like, there's going to be things that you love from different companies, and not everything is just the exact same in every company. But what I like so much about this is it's just really refreshing. It helps with, again, the glow process. You can use it as much as you want with many layers, and it just has water, glycerin, and rose flower water. That is it. Okay? Does anybody else like when you don't have 200 different items on your ingredients? I'm using some calendula balm. What this is, it helps with hydration. If you have really, really, really dry skin like I do, and the more sick you get, the worse sleep you have, the more it shows up in your skin. The more dehydrated you are, all the things, okay? Get me? Got me? Good! Alright. So I just kind of pat that with my finger. Okay. Next, we are going to do the Rose Dune palette today. I love this one because it's pink. And I don't always like pink, but today we're wearing pink. It is not Wednesday for Mean Girls, but it is October and we support the boobies. So we're gonna wear those today. So I'm gonna do that light pink over that primer. This is so silly. I forgot like that we have YouTube connected to our smart TV in here. In our bedroom. I want a curious question answer to this. Does anybody else keep TVs in their rooms, or do you prefer not to have a TV in your room? I do like to watch it with my husband on some nights. I do not watch TV all the time in my room. A lot of times people suggest you should not have TVs in your room because you don't want to confuse the area that you sleep with any other area, because that often is what causes people to have issues with sleeping. You know, it's their body gets confused about what kind of they're supposed to be doing in there. And if you watch TV a lot in your room, then it's kind of hard for you to wind down and go to sleep, which totally makes sense. So I would just be curious, like, are you the kind of person like, I don't really care about that, still love to watch TV, or no, just not really interested in having TV in my room? I have always loved having TVs in my room because it reminds me of like my late Nick at Night sessions that I would have in my room when I was growing up as a teenager. It kind of dates me, if you know what Nick at Night is. Back in the days when Fridays and Saturdays were exciting to watch TV because of the programming and it wasn't just streaming. And I love streaming, don't get me wrong, because clearly I still do it, but nostalgia is great. It can be great. So I would also like a quick prayer request because we're going to start opening that up on posts on this channel. So make sure that if you have prayer requests, you can keep them, you know, as generic as possible so you don't have to give a lot of details. You could say unspoken prayer requests, or you could just tell us what it is and we will pray together weekly on that. Maybe even do daily devotions. I don't know how often our devotions are going to be yet, but we're going to do a devotion line and prayer request line. I have a friend named Michelle. She's in my team, and she is getting surgery tomorrow, so I ask that you please pray for her. I'm not going to put a lot of details on that, but yeah, she could use some. She's a hard worker. She's a nurse, and she's gone through a lot this year, so I would appreciate y'all praying for her if you're a praying kind of person, and I hope that you would decide to. Alright, so we're just taking some of this brighter pink right down here close to our purple on the Rose Dune palette, and we are just kind of rolling that over the outside of our eyes, and what that's going to do is just give us a little more pigmentation. Okay, I'm going to take this so pretty. First we'll start off light, and it's kind of like a shimmer. We'll use the same brush because who needs to use a million brushes? Not unless you just like to. And I kind of like add that from the inner corner all the way into the lower part of the lid. It's okay if it, like, you know, it's not a perfect seamless thing because we're going to blend it. Keep voting for my creative look. Tomorrow we'll reveal what that is, and we will do that Freaky Friday look, or you can watch the replay, or you can come live with me. We're going to try to do it around 3 o'clock tomorrow. Alright, adding a little bit of purple to the outer edges to kind of give a little dimension and some shadow. Same brush again, going from light to dark to make it a little easier. I'm so excited to announce that this Black Friday deals that we'll be having will come with some brand new eyeshadow palettes. So if you've been wanting to see some more vibrant eyeshadow palettes, including blues and teals and much, much more, make sure, including purples, make sure that you are following on that text line. You're in my VIP group so you can help with winning giveaways, because I can't really do the giveaways on this page. It's just Facebook rules. And then we'll just have all the fun, y'all. All the stinking fun. All the stinking fun. So beyond the giveaways, beyond the brand new palettes that are coming out next month with my Black Friday stuff, beyond all of that I'm going to announce with my VIP group and the text line, I also have something new for people that are interested in making some money. Again, I'm not a spammy kind of person, so if you don't like it, all you gotta do is not respond, because I'm not gonna message anybody that says they don't say they're interested. I'm not that kind of person. However, if you have thought about, like, I could use an extra $500 and get it in less than 4 months, whether that's for Christmas money to save up already, because we're less than, 10 weekends away now from Christmas, and so if you could use that extra money, we're using this color right here now. I have a new program that is coming out. It already came out for the month of October, but it's continuing on through the end of the year. And we have something called a Fast Start program. You might have heard kind of some similar terms and things like that from direct sales companies. But Fast Start program is where anybody that, whether they're getting it for a discount or they're actually doing it for a business, they have a program out for people that first get their kids. And this is to encourage them to be able to get all the benefits from joining, right? So what happens is you get a free website. The money that you put down, you decide how much you want to put down. It starts at $19 and it goes up based on what kind of kit that you want. But the $19 kit is just samples of all the products, different products that they have, from hair care, body care, to makeup and stuff. And then the other kits just go into more full-size product type stuff, depending on if you want it. It's not required. Anyways, it's just a huge discount for people that decide that they want to try it out. There is a Fast Start program. The Fast Start program can make you up to $500 within your first 4 months. They have bonuses, and they have a New Year bonus for those people. So if you would like to earn that money for Christmas or for extra funds or whatever that looks like, make sure you say FAST in the comments, and I'll explain to you how that is and what that is, even if you don't know if you want to join yet. That's the great thing. Like, I have nothing to hide. And so if you want to hear all the details before you start, hit me with the best shot. Come on and hit me with the best shot. Fire away. It's been no surprise. Like, I don't try to hide anything. I don't try to hide a single dang thing. Why would I need to gatekeep? It doesn't serve me any. Okay. So added the purple, added the purple, added the light pink, added some of this coloring, and then these pinks on the bottom. Let's just take this one extra shot and put a little glitter right there, because I don't hardly do that. I like this. We're about to play this game that we just got from, did we get it from Target, Walmart? I don't even know. It's from, I think, the people that do Exploding Kittens. And it's really funny. I don't even know the name of it. So if you need the name, let me know, and I'll comment down below later after I go look at what the title of it's called. But it's really cute. So if anybody's ever played Balderdash or anything similar, you get however many people that are playing. Really good family game. And you each get a number from 1 to 10. 1 being the lowest number, least, like, whatever for the scenario. 10 being the highest, most extreme. Alright, so then somebody gets a situation card. Sort of like Apples to Apples or Cards of Humanity type thing. But the situation might say, you know, your house is on fire. Rate from 1 to 10, 1 being the thing you need the least to take out of the fire, and 10 being like, you absolutely should take this out of the fire right away. Rate, go ahead and say what you need, and everybody goes around in a circle and they say like what their number is based on what they think their number is. Okay, so say I get a 1 and I'm like, I think you should take out this used postage stamp. Clearly, hopefully most people would know, like, I'm a number 1, because like, that's not important at all. And hopefully guess it right. And the key of the game is you work as a team. It's not people really against each other. So what's cool is you want the whole team to win. Like, you want everybody to guess correctly, but you can't give away what your card is. You just have to, like, give those kind of clues. So after I go around and I say my number 1, say the person across the room has a number 10, so they would say something like, you need to bring out your kid out of this fire. Well, that would be a 10, obviously, mostly. But what makes this so interesting and funny is that, like, everybody has a different opinion of what a 1 and a 10 is. So for my daughter, who's kind of dramatic but funny and kind of weird at the same time, I highly say this is confusing for divergent families. But like for people like my daughter, she would probably say, I think you should bring out this postcard. And you would be like, oh, that's a number 1. Like, that's not important. But she would think it's like a number 6 for some reason. And so if it throws everybody off and you get one card wrong and it's not in the right order, the person who collects all the cards. They listen to kind of see what the scenario was that the person told them, and they make a guess. Like, you're probably a 1, and then they'll put that in order. Maybe you're a 10, they'll put that at the end, and then they'll kind of make their best guess and put all of those numbers in order. Hey, Bruce. And then at the very end, you flip all the cards over and see what numbers that was. And if they got the numbers right in the right order, then the team wins. And you have to get 3 wins. If you get 3 losses right away, then your whole team just loses. But it's really kind of fun, and it kind of reminds me of like Balderdash. If anybody's ever heard of Balderdash, it's so funny. I was looking for my purple liner for the liquid part 2 that I got from the store. That's not really pharmacy, but like just a cute liner, eyeliner for liquid on the top, and I couldn't find it. So I'm just going to use my pencil liner for the top and just do little strokes like I would with a felt tip liner. If you suck at lining your eyes like I do, this is super helpful. Just doing little slashes, staying as close to that lash line as possible, and just taking your time. Don't feel like you have to do one long swipe. That's better for felt tip liners, but if you're not a pro, like I said, like I am, where you have crinkly eyelids, it just doesn't work the same as these professional like 17-year-olds that like can put on makeup way better even than I can. I'm like, where do these people get so good? I guess it's YouTube. We have been posting on YouTube some of these tutorials. If you like them, make sure you share the love. If you hate them, keep scrolling past. If you hate them, scroll past. I think I'm gonna have to buy some more eyeliner. Kind of sad about that because I really wanted to get this purple one. And I think I lost her. And that's just a freaking bummer. Anyway. Alright. Let's do our cleanup. Y'all, I like this sandwich. I wish they'd keep it. I was kind of grossed out at the thought of a chicken nugget sandwich, because I was like, ew. You know what those chicken nuggets are made of? It's gross. And, you know, compressed chicken meat just doesn't sound that wonderful to me. All you gotta do is just look at any of my videos or when I talked about how I hate touching chicken meat. Can't help it, y'all. It's a sensory thing. But the thought of crushed, compressed chicken meat sounds absolutely gross to me. And, I know way too much more than I would like to know about the process of how people defeather and put together chicken, especially what they do at McDonald's, and I'm just like kind of grossed out by it. But here I am, a glutton for punishment, still going after the chicken nugget sandwich, and I have to say it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It's not bad. Because sometimes the Big Mac itself, it's kind of really dry, and it's almost like a crumbly meat, and that's kind of gross to me too. You want some good freaking sandwiches, and that's Jack's and Wendy's burgers. I love their burgers, but I try not to eat a lot of hamburgers. It's not good for you. I try to eat a lot of chicken. Good chicken anyway. I try to eat a lot of chicken, leaner meat, salmon, pork, that kind of stuff. And I am not the picture of the best health, but I'm trying to work on it. And you know what about made me cry yesterday? I mean today, not yesterday, besides my hormones, is I watched this lady who has some overweight issues like I do, that is really trying hard on her health journey, and she gets so much crap and negativity and hateful comments online because she puts herself out there, you know. and they're like basically like making fun of her body and that she's not doing the right thing and all this other stuff. And honestly, it's not even she's not doing the right thing. She is doing all the amazing things, but it's just that everybody's different with the way their body reacts. And just because somebody's overweight does not mean that they like to, you know, chow down on candy bars and stuff all day or eat too much. And I hate that people who are trolls love to crush somebody's self-worth. As I eat french fries. But we're allowed to do that too. But they want to crush somebody's self-worth just because they don't find them worthy. And that doesn't make that person any more legit or accountable or the right person to listen to than anybody else. And what I love about this woman, she will get up and she will say, it does not matter if you walk or you run. It doesn't matter if you don't run all the time. It doesn't matter if you don't walk all the time. She said, if you are doing it, that's what matters. It doesn't matter how slow it is. If you're doing it, that's what matters. So she was like videoing, and she had got up really early, and she was like saying like, she was saying, here's mile 1, here's mile 2, here's mile 3, here's mile 4, and she would talk about, here's mile 5, here's mile 6, here's mile, that lady did freaking 10 miles. And I'm like, I don't want to hear nothing from these hateful people that talk about other people's bodies, because most of these people do not do that. And some people are honestly just a little bit more fortunate in their body physique than others are, or their genetics is what I should say, because I mean, you can work on your physique. That's anybody can do that. But they have the worst attitudes. And I loved her. She said, I'd rather go slow and work on my soft belly and have a soft belly than be hateful like these trolls. And I was like, yes, ma'am. I said, I almost cried too hard on this post because I felt that. I said, you would be surprised at how many hateful comments I have got for putting myself out for doing goofy stuff like dancing. And people are like, oh, look at how big she is, blah, 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 how gross, you know. And I'm sitting there like, wouldn't you want to encourage somebody to dance or do physical activity instead of like grossing them out or try to body shame them? So yeah, that made me like so mad, because I was like, it's easy to bash somebody based on their physical attributes, because that is something that you can easily see. That shows a sign of unintelligence and, no emotional intelligence, no intelligence really of any kind, and immaturity when someone can bash somebody based on their physical looks, because that's easy to see. Find something that you need to work on the inside, then we'll talk. But you know, a lot of people got some ugly hearts, and they might have some nice bodies, but guess what happens? Beauty fades, and then you got nothing left to offer, if that's all you got. If that's all you got to offer. Me watching Love is Blind season 7, I didn't watch any of the other seasons, so we started off right on season 7, me and my husband, and it's been so fun to watch together, because we've been able to kind of like have discussions of what we would want in our relationship compared to what the other people did, what we thought, you know, was the best decision on what that person made, and all that kind of stuff. And what kills me is this girl for season 7, I think her name's Hannah, whatever. She thought she was the hottest stuff in the freaking world. Now, I know that the cameras edit a lot of stuff and cause drama on purpose, because that's how they run. But I just hated her attitude. You could clearly tell by the way she treated other people, and the things she said and what she went after and how she acted was because of her insecurity. She had absolutely no emotional intelligence. And the fact that she would sit there and tell Nick D, who was the guy she had picked, that she had taught him everything and he had no emotional intelligence, I'm like, really? Because I'm pretty sure that jealousy and always talking about your body and always talking about how amazing you are and trying to brag, it's a pretty clear sign that you are insecure with yourself. That is the biggest red flag for insecurity, in case anybody has tired of dating and they want to know if somebody's insecure. Watch how they act and talk about physical appearances, and how they act and talk about other people, and if they get like super excited about stuff like that, or they try to make other people look bad, because people who try to make other people look bad are trying to do it so that they can feel better about themselves. And that's the most crappiest thing I have ever seen somebody do. Like, if you have to tear somebody down to make yourself look good, that means you have nothing to offer on your own without having to have no competition. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you have to tear somebody down to have no competition to make yourself feel better, that means you have nothing to offer. Like, show me how amazing you are without tearing somebody down, lifting them up, and making it even harder for yourself to stand out there because you are being so amazing about people. Then we'll talk about your worth, because then, honey, like, you are gold, because ain't nothing stopping you. It really made me so mad when Hannah was getting mad and saying she had the icks for yes, we're totally talking about a show right now. Made me so bad when she said that she had the icks for Nick D, because he got on some fake, like, what did he get on? It was like a fake, like, horse, and was bouncing around on it, and another lady came over there and was like, I'll bounce with you, and he's like, okay, and she was being so nice to him while Hannah was like trashing him and like, ew, why would you do that, Nick? That's ew, that's gross. Like, trying to make him feel bad because her insecurities. And she didn't like him to begin with, and she just didn't even realize it. So she was like projecting on him. And like, the more somebody has to say during that show, you know, I love you, we're getting married, oh, we're getting married, I'm like, you ain't got nothing else to say, do you? Like, add some original conversation, please. So she was like straight outright lying to people and like saying, oh yeah, he loves me, and yeah, we're getting married and I can't wait. And I'm like, honey, you should be happy he loves you. You don't need to brag about it. He will show it. Like, you show you love him back, or keep showing that you're a hag. Keep showing that you ain't even that great to look at, but you think you're so hot and that you got to pull down other people to make yourself look good. I don't care what you say, Hannah, on Instagram. You can say all the things that you want to say, but when we treat other people like doo-doo, yeah, you was in the wrong, not him. Like, you were his number one to choose from this show, and then you almost didn't pick him just because some other guy said he liked you at the same time. You didn't know who you wanted, so that's a clear red flag that you can't tell who you like. And then, on top of all of it, just because Nick D gave her validation and said all the things to her first, before the other guy is, she like ran to him. I'm like, honey, no. And then she's like bragging. She's like, of course I'm serious about the show. I gave up my job and quit my job for this. It don't take anything to quit a job. You're 20-something years old. You can get another job. You know what I'm saying? You can't get the spouse of the lifetime, the best spouse. That's worth something. But she just tried to amp herself up. And I'm just like, you are trying to overcompensate. You're acting like Lord Farquaad in Shrek. That's exactly who she was acting. I was trying to think of who she reminded me of. Hannah acted like a Lord Farquaad in Shrek. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, y'all need to go watch it. And it will make more sense. But then she was like talking about, she was so mad at him and treating him like garbage after that one incident of him trying to have fun and ride on a horse while they're freaking in their honeymoon stage. This little dorky horse. And she's like, you need to be mature. And I'm like, no, like, he's being fun. That's what y'all are here for, is to have fun. And so then this older lady gets on a horse right next to him, the little fake horses, and it's like jumping and riding on it with him. and they're just having fun and stuff, and then she notices that like Hannah's giving her the mean eye, and this lady's being so nice to Nikki D, whereas Hannah's not. And she's like, oh, I think she's jealous. And then Hannah got mad because he didn't say anything. Like, he just kind of laughed about it because it was true. And she had already dissed him, talked crap about him. So, of course, like, I think he should laugh. But then she got mad later and was like, you were supposed to stick up for me. You were supposed to not let people talk about me like that. No, honey, if you are secure, you don't need a man to stick up for you. Stick up for your own dang self. You don't need somebody to be your knight in shining order. You be that armor. You be that for yourself. Like, come on, let's do some personal development. Anyway, we just talking and having fun today with our makeup sessions. Let's do a purple gloss. I like this look. This is fun and cute, and I would wear this for a girls' night. I would totally wear this for a girls' night. Let's do Like Candy. That one's like the truest pink in my honest opinion. I still kind of like adding mine to the apples of my cheeks for the blush, but something that's currently trending right now with blushes is going up and just sticking to your bronzers and your blushes just at the top of the face and keeping it here instead of down here, because the older we get, gravity settles on the face. It makes us look older when we pull our makeup down. So make sure that you're pulling it up high on your face. You can do more minimal, but just make it more impactful. And it will just kind of give you that lift on your face without having to be like crazy, you know, about it. But anyways, this is our final look. I hope you have an amazing day. Don't forget to say Black Friday or BF if you want to be on the Black Friday notification for when it comes out this next month. If you want to be in on the giveaways, make sure you're sharing out these videos and tagging friends. I will announce tomorrow. And then if you want to be in on my VIP group or my notifications list for my newsletter, make sure you say VIP or newsletter email club, so that way you get updates on the newest things, on the bulk orders, and all the benefits for being a part of my special crew. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Don't forget to stay sharp and always